Of all the positive things tonight, what was the thing that made you most happy?
It's difficult because there are a lot of positives. I'm really happy, for our team and the way they played and the way they're coming together with each day. It's they're doing a great job. But I think maybe one thing is there's a tendency when you get a lead, sometimes you go away from what you're trying to do. And I thought we stayed with it all the way through. So if there was one thing to look at, I would compliment our guys on not playing to game situations, just playing the way that they needed to play and continue working to be a consistent team.
Mike, Mitchell Robinson with the double-double tonight. What have you seen from him over the past few games in terms of his development and particularly trying to stay out of foul trouble?
Well, I think, that part of it has been huge. I think he's been very disciplined. I think he has really a great focus going into these games. He's playing with unbelievable energy and force. So, he's making so many plays and creating so many things out there. He doesn't get credit for all of the, things. They're not the lead assists, but without his activity, a lot of these plays we wouldn't be able to make. So he's been very, very good.
Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Can you talk about what Peyton has given you since he's been back on the lineup, and what did you see in Dennis tonight?
Well, tonight we talked a little bit before the game is we used all of our point guards and we talked about all of their strengths, and we had a chance to see those things tonight. So, I was very pleased with how they all played. Alfred, he's doing a great job using the personnel, the discipline again that he showed as a lead ball handler, get us in the right plays when we had to, whatever the stretch was, continued to play and help everybody else. I think he's really helping people around him. Dennis was terrific. The speed that he came in and brought in the end of the first through the second and even into the third, and the plays that he was able to make and the pressure he put on the defense was a great lift for us.
Coach, you talked about the team not playing to the situation. You liked what you said there. I think you called a timeout. You guys were up at 25 or something. It was a quick one. Did you see them slip a little bit playing into that situation? Is that why you called the timeout?
Well, you go through that, and I think you still look at runs, and you want to make sure we were off on coverages maybe, that we weren't together, and I just wanted to make sure we were connected. And then offensively, they really started overplaying. I think at a certain point in the third, even early fourth, they were going to try to overplay everything and felt like we needed to really be sharp and try to keep, getting downhill and get behind the defense if they were going to extend it and try to do that. And we had some good plays in there where, RJ was really good going through there. Kevin had some cuts. We had a lot of actions that were good to try to counter the defense.
You spoke the other day about Kevin's aggressiveness. What was the key to kind of getting him to play this way, and then how do you get him to do this consistently now going forward?
Well, I think, we still have to look at how young he is and how he's still continuing to mature physically. But, I think a big sign for Kevin tonight is maybe didn't have a great first half, but showed maturity because he came back and had a great second half. So I think, that's growth when you see someone being able to respond from one half to the next and come out and play well.
The Hawks have really struggled over the last month or so. Feel like there's any sense of urgency when a team like that comes into MSG trying to get a win over them, kind of with this brutal stretch of schedule you guys have been in?
Well, honestly, I think we have to bring the urgency every night. And then when we establish this is how we play, this is our identity, then we can look at other things. But I think right now we just have to bring that every night and that enthusiasm, and the guys are having fun playing. And that makes things flow together, a lot easier.
When you say identity, what do you want that to be? You guys scored 143 points tonight. You guys have played faster and more efficient offensively. Is that the identity you want?
Well, we think we have guys that can score. So obviously, we would like to play with a good pace. We would like to play with, a downhill force. for lack of a better term, with our drives, with our cuts, with our rolls, and all those kinds of things. And when we're shooting the ball well on the perimeter and we're playing with that kind of force, we can put some points up. Part of that identity, the defense has to set the table. We're not going to score 140 every night, obviously. And so, a lot of things go into that, but I think we're playing to that, and the things that you're seeing out there that stand out, those are the things that are important.
Guys, you provided an early spark for this team. This team just got off to such a solid start in the first half. And what can you put your finger on that went well and right for this team tonight?
We just moving the ball, defending at a high level, and the things that we talked about pre-game, we followed it. So we had a high level with the game plan discipline.
You mentioned defense, you mentioned moving the ball, but then in particular, for you, how did you get things going? How did you get your teammates going tonight?
Just coming in trying to make plays. That's it.
Is there a feeling in this game tonight? Just watching you guys play, it seemed like you guys were just hooping out there, kind of relaxed, having fun. Was that the vibe that was happening out there tonight on the floor?
100%. We put up 140, and it was like spread across. Everybody got touches and everybody got shots. So we want to try to put that effort out every night.
Team scores more points than any Knicks team in regulation in the last 39 years. And I know you're not worried about that. You're just focused on wins in the next win in Miami. But still, just with all of the work that this team has put in, how satisfying is it to have such a dominant win tonight?
Honestly, man, it's fun. To go out there and share the game with my teammates, my brothers. It's been an up and down season for us. But I think this last week we found our identity. And it's been fun to go out there and compete. Man. We've been going out there busting our tails, giving it our all. And the results came, on the win.
When you take a look at this game tonight on both ends of the floor, really all you see is chemistry.
Yep.
How does that start to come together? What do you put your finger on where this thing is growing the most?
Just talking, communicating, and talking more off the court, talking on the plane, laughing, joking. All that builds camaraderie. Basketball, team sport, you need to get to know your teammates more than just basketball. And, that builds trust. And I feel like our trust is finally coming around. And, it's been fun playing with these guys.
And then along the same lines, 30 assists tonight, 77 points in the first half. And one of the things that stands out about that, and the fact that 6 of you end up in double figures, is the fact that every single person available tonight scored.
Yeah, that's great.
How big is that?
It's great, man. Just go out there and know that everybody's sharing the game, everybody's being active, everybody's making the right basketball play. We're not going out there trying to just score buckets on our own. We go out there just trusting our teammates. And, it's been fun to go out there and play the game, like I said. Man, my teammates are awesome teammates. Even when I hit some shots, they cheer for me, say little things, and it's fun to have guys like that around.
Bobby, did you feel like you knew this was coming? Was this sort of a lagging indicator of the things you were able to see before the team started breaking through on the court?
I think we kind of knew it would come around at some point. Obviously, we're all 8, 9, 10 new guys on one team. We don't know each other really well at first. We're just trying to figure out we don't know each other's games. Things take time. I think it took us a while to figure out roles, figure out who's doing this, who's doing that. And now I feel like we know that. And, it's been a big help over the last couple of weeks.
Mike Miller, so it's his demeanor like?
He's a great guy, man. A stand-up guy. He has ultimate confidence in everybody that's out there. And, it's good to have a coach like that trusts his guys. When we go out there, we're not only playing for ourselves, playing for the team, playing for him, and playing for our families as well. He just wants us to go out there and just give it all.
Is there something that he does or says that helps the ball move? It's obviously moving tonight. Does there have anything to do with it?
I think it's just us being more together, more cohesive. And, us going out there and trusting one another more. I think we see everybody making a great basketball play. No matter who it is, make the right play. Trust the game. And one thing about basketball, you play the right game, you play the game the right way, you can come back to you. Good. So, share the game, it all comes back to you.
Bob, you mentioned earlier you guys feel like you're finding your identity a little bit here. What do you guys think you look like? What is that identity?
Tough, gritty guys, go out there, give it all. Did we play with that dog, that passion early on in the season? I think we were playing with a ton of passion, ton of confidence. Lately, going out there trusting each other, going out there, giving it all. And like you said, when you see guys die on the floor, you see guys, put their bodies on the line. When you have that, trust in your team, and it's going to be there for you. The sky's the limit, and you can't do nothing wrong.